Hey there, John from B2Web. This will be a video that will step you through the entire process of installing and creating a blog. So what I have here is the My Daily Journal theme from ElegantThemes, and I've formatted it into a small personal blog here. And I like this theme quite a bit for a personal blog. We have navigation for pages on the left, have our sidebar on the right. We have excerpts. This is the home page right now, custom logo. Go into a post and you see how your post display looks pretty cool. And your footer is down here rather than at the bottom. That's pretty much it. It's a simple blogging theme, but looks really good. So let's what I'm going to do is I'm going to step you through the process that I use to set up a blog with WordPress. It's wordpress.org, not .com. It gives us tons of themes to choose from. I particularly like ElegantThemes. I also like StudioPress themes. So here we are. The very first thing I do when I start a new blog is I go and I change my password, because the default password is something I will never remember. So we change that. I then change the title of the site, and it's already there, but you just type in your site title there. Always save your changes. I then go and change the permalink structure, and permalinks will go a custom structure with this like that. You could also do post name. What this does here by changing the permalink structure is it changes the URL to whatever you want, and usually by default the post name rather than the day and name or the month and name, or I keep the dates and all that stuff out of it, or numeric, which really is meaningless. So that's why I go with the custom structure. So I like this one, and we'll save changes. And then we go to privacy under settings. Okay, by default this is selected, which means allow search engines to index a site. That's great. You obviously want that when you're going to launch your website. But while I'm building a site, I like them not to index my site, so I click this. And that's fine to do. Just remember when you launch your website to come back here and switch it back to this. Alright, the last step of the preliminary WordPress setup is just getting our plugins set up. I have them loaded in here. Adding a plugin is really easy. You just go here, type in the name of the plugin, you search it, and it's right here. Now I have it, but if you'll get the option to install now, and then you activate it. Really easy. So, but I have the plugins I want, and I'll show you the ones I use for a lot of my websites. All-in-one SEO Pack. This allows me to put in meta SEO data in post pages and for site-wide. I like it. It's free. It's really easy to use. Contact Form 7. This isn't necessary for this theme because ElegantThemes does come with a default contact form, but if you don't use it, then I recommend the Contact Form 7. It's a free form. It works really well. I use it on a lot of sites. ET, the ElegantThemes Anticipate Maintenance plugin. What this does, it puts a website under construction display page while you're building your website. Just remember again to deactivate it once your site is ready to go. Google XML sitemaps. You want to create a sitemap. This does it automatically. Install it, activate it, you're ready to go. The other one I really like is TinyMCE Advanced. It gives you a lot more editing options in your add page and post section, like tables and change font size and so forth. Again, it's free. All you have to do is to find any of these plugins. It's just when you go to the add new, type the title of it in the search and you'll find it. And Super Cache is, I think now it's by default installed in WordPress, so you don't have to worry about it. It helps your pages load faster, which is always a good thing. So that's preliminary WordPress setup that I go through when I launch a first blog or any type of website. The next thing we do is we want to install a theme. Now obviously I have My Daily Journal installed on here. It's right there. And what I want to do is show you how to install a theme. It's really simple. You'll have it in a zip file on your computer. You'll essentially go to Install Themes and Upload. You can also search for free themes. I don't use a free theme on any website. I always use a premium theme. I like the fact that they're updated. I like that there's support for it. I like that usually the designs are a little nicer, and you get a lot of other functionality, which you'll see with ElegantThemes, which is one of my favorite, and I certainly recommend them. So install themes, we browse, and here we go. You just select it, and then you click install now, and then it'll do it. Now, here's the thing with ElegantThemes, a lot of them will work this way, but not my daily journal, and the reason is because it's a pretty bulky theme. It's larger than 2 megabytes. So what we have to do, always try to install the theme this way. It's by far the easiest, but with this particular theme, we're going to have to go through our web hosting service, and I'll show you exactly how to do that. I use HostGator, and it's a cPanel, so just we'll get to our cPanel, and I'll walk you right through that process. I'm in my HostGator cPanel. Go down to Files, go to File Manager. We look around for the root document. Here we go. I'm already preloaded. Testwebsitetemplates.com. We go to that. So here we are. It's obviously not the prettiest file manager to look at. It can be a little confusing when you get started. But here's all you need to know. You go into WP Content. It's WordPress content. You go into your themes. Here are the themes I have installed. You can see Daily Journal is there. Now I think I've better make sure I'm in the right one here. Alright, I just paused it there. I have a couple of test websites. So as you can see, it can be a little bit difficult using this, but that's how you get in. So now we're in the themes for this particular website. And what you do, you want to install a theme this way, which you're not limited by size. You go to Upload, you go to Browse, you go to My Daily Journal. Now it's already installed, so it's going to ask me to reinstall it. I don't want to, because I don't want to change anything that I have on there. And so I'm going to click no, but you would say yes. It'll install it on there, and then you go back. Now here's what you have to do. Do not forget to do this. You have this. It's in the zip. You have to extract it. And then once you click extract, a box will show up, and then you just hit close, and you'll have installed the Daily Journal theme. But always try to install it through the dashboard first. Most themes will install through here with no problem. It's the ones that are over 2 megabytes, and most themes aren't, but this one happened to be. So now you know how to install a theme through your cPanel, and that's always a good thing to know. The next thing we want to do is we want to add pages. So I've created 2 pages so far. I've got a contact and about page, and we'll add another page, and we'll call it page 3, and it's a test page. So if you're new to WordPress, let's check out this editor. You'll see here are a lot of functions. It looks sort of like using a Word document or word processing of some sort, so that's cool. And you'll get familiar with this, but you can change your font size here. This is with that tiny MCE thing we added. And you put all your content. This is your page content here. This is the title, and this is where you would publish it or save a draft. You've got page attributes. You can change your templates. We'll use a default template, but you can create a gallery if you want. And we have this all-in-one SEO pack. This is where we can enter in our SEO stuff. This is so the search engines are going to read what are about this particular page. So you want to definitely put in information here. Title, you definitely want to put your title in here. Your keywords, if you have any for a particular page, definitely there. Description, says here use a maximum of 160 characters, because that's what they search engines will list under the title. Notice here maximum of 60 characters for a title. Now you can go longer than that, but only the search engines will read 60 characters. The rest won't appear. Keywords, really optional. You can put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever you want. I ignore all this other stuff. You can disable the all-in-one SEO plugin on any particular page or post. And that's good if you don't want a search engine to read any particular page or post. So that's a good option there. So we've got that set. We've got this page created. It's simply called page 3. Oh, and a parent attribute. If you want to make it a sub page of another parent, so if I wanted a sub about, then I could click that and it would be what we call a child page or a sub page for that, but we don't want to do that. We'll publish that. So now you've learned how to publish a page. The next thing we want to do is we will want to add a post. It's going to appear just very much like the add a page section, but there's going to be a few other options here. So we'll call this post number 4. Content for post number 4 goes here. So again, you've got your same editor here. Publish. This is different. You've got categories. Blogs are organized by categories, so you have your categories laid out, and I'll show you quickly next how to do a category. You can put tags in for posts for further navigation. We'll call it personal fun stuff. Alright, SEO, I've already covered that. Set a featured image. If you want a little image to show up there, you have to set a featured image. Click here, select your files. I just grabbed a file and there it is. And you just have to save. You can use save changes. And we're done. You can also, through the same tool here, if you wanted to actually put in a image within your post, you go with this there, and you can add video the same way. Podcasts, all your media files are selected through here. We could select a file, and we just grab any old photo. Change your title. If you have keywords, put them in there, or the title or description of the image. And you can align it left, center, right. You'll get familiar with this adding image screen as the more you do it. We'll do a medium, we'll do none, and that's it. So we've added a post. Select our categories. Publish. Alright, so now we've got a little bit more content added here. Let's take a look how that's shaping up. Post 4. There it is. And then you click more on it. So it worked. So now one thing I love about ElegantThemes is this, and we can do a lot of, because when you first install this theme, things might be a little bit messed up, especially if you have a few posts and pages written up. You're going to have to configure all this stuff. You know, your pages. You see our page 3 showed up there. That's good. You're going to configure adding a logo and all of this. So let's start doing that. And what ElegantThemes has is their unique, what they call the E-Panel. E-Panel, I focus primarily on general settings, navigation, layout settings. Start with general navigation. You upload your logo here. You just go upload image and then set it in there and you're done. Now anytime you make a change to the E-Panel, make sure you save it because otherwise it doesn't take. Favicon if you have one. Color scheme, this comes with every theme. Some have no options or multiple color schemes. Some have several. It all depends on the theme, but here we'll just go with the default, but you can change the color scheme. Blog style post format. If you don't know, I'm not going to go through every single one of these boxes because you can check them out yourself. I'm just going to go through what I did to set this blog up, but you know, you can just click the question mark and it'll tell you exactly what it does, so it's really helpful. You can see this is pretty much drag and drop organize your website. Grab the first post image. That's if that's in your blog post. If you upload an image, it'll grab the first post image as the little image in the excerpts. You can choose how many posts display on a category page, archive page, search pages, and so on and so forth. And we save our changes. The home page, definitely, well, how many posts do we want on there? And we want 4, so they're set there. And you can exclude certain categories. If you don't want certain posts to show up on your home page, which are these right here, if you don't want them to show up, you can X them out there, and then they won't appear. Navigation. Alright, we've got pages. Pages are listed right here. Categories right here, recent posts there. It's pretty simple navigation for this website. Most blogs will have simple navigation. Larger business websites and certainly online stores are much more complex. So we want all 3 of these pages there. We've got that indicated. Drop down menus, definitely, although we don't have any sub pages on here. Display home link. What that means is, do you want a little home link here or not? I like having that there. And the rest of it, I'll leave it as is, and we click Save. Categories, you can set out your, now exclude categories from the navigation bar. What does this mean? Why do I have them all X'd out? If you want your categories to show up under here, you can check them. You just click and it changes it. But I don't want them to, so I'm not going to do that, but you can. Drop down menus, yes. Empty categories, hide them, yes. And save again. General settings, disable top tier drop down menu links. This is disabled for now. Layout settings, single post layout, thumbs on posts, comments. I don't put comments on my blogs, but you might want to. Thumbs are the images, so yes, single page layout. There's really not much here. Now if you're going to put ads, you can control your ads here. You can place banners and so forth throughout your website. I don't have any of that here. There is an SEO link here. I much prefer, this is my one criticism, big criticism of Elegant Themes. I don't like their SEO setup whatsoever. I much prefer the all-in-one SEO plugin. I highly recommend you use that. Colorization, you can do some color customization. Frankly, I am a huge fan of the design and styles by default, or the other options you get with Elegant Themes. One of the reasons I like Elegant Themes is their designs are just fantastic. Textures, gradients, colors, the whole 9 yards. So I don't ever change the colorization, but if you have a good eye for design, you certainly can here. So there we have it. We have gone through. Now this whole ePanel thing, don't expect to see this with any free theme, certainly, and most, or pretty much any other premium theme either. This is unique to Elegant Themes. It's a pretty easy website setup tool, and as you can see, it's click and drag and drop essentially, so it's pretty cool. It's unique to Elegant Themes. Next up is I'm going to step you through the custom menus option. Now, Elegant Themes pretty much has the tools to set up your menus within that ePanel that we're doing. But another way to set up menus is using the custom menus, and it's I like the custom menus, and I use it for a lot of websites. So go under Appearance, go to Menus. Alright, I've created 4 menus here. Now, adding a page is really simple. Well, first let's add a new menu. Create a menu. We'll grab a post page. What we can do is we can make this the primary menu, which would replace the way we've got it configured, and you can create your own primary menu. That would be different. And this is kind of cool to use because you can create when you create a menu, you can add custom links like this to a menu. You can add pages to a menu, and you can add categories to a menu. It leaves it wide open. Here, through the ePanel that I showed you, you can only add pages and categories. You can't add links to custom posts, and sometimes you might want to do that. And that's where creating a new menu using custom menus will do the job. So we'll save that menu, but in order for it to display here, which is what is called the primary navigation bar, you're going to have to choose it here. Save that again. And what that will do is it'll change the menu that we have here. See that? So we've changed the menu. If we want to go back, I've created a top nav bar, which is a different menu setup. I just choose that and save it, and it changes it. And you can put custom menus you create here as well. So now that you've figured out how to make a custom menu, let's go to the widget panel. This is the sidebar, which is over here on the right. This is not the sidebar, this is the main navigation, primary navigation section. Widgets. All we get is a sidebar here, keeps it simple. We've got the ElegantThemes About Me widget, which created this little snippet. We have categories, so we create categories. We have recent posts, and you just put it in there, number of posts to show. Couldn't be simpler. Categories, it'll display them all. And then we have the copyright 2012. You can put a logo image there if you want. Now here's where custom menus are cool. Let's say you don't want to just have categories, but you wanted to create your own menu here. You could call whatever you want, and then you select your menu, and we'll add or test. What that does is instead of, because with your categories you're only able to put your blog post categories, but what if you want to again put a particular link to one of your best posts or something like that? You could do a custom menu and put that in there, and that will add. This is a weird thing. You might face this. You know, making these videos when things don't work out can be kind of good because you see what's not working. Sometimes I find with WordPress, since the latest update, you have to log out and log in for widget changes to take place. And so there it is, custom menu. So if you don't see your changes in your widgets taking place, there's a little tip for you. And we'll go back to our widgets. ElegantThemes offers a number of widgets. You can add AdSense if you want to monetize your blog. You also have advertisement for banner ads. The About Me we've gone through. Recent comments, if you're going to have commenting on there. And then there's recent posts you can put in there, which will display your most recent, and you can dictate how many. That's about it. It's pretty simple. This text one here, if you want to put in, just write something, whatever you want, you write, and put here whatever you want. Right? You put a title as well. So it's sort of like a free-for-all widget where you can put any type of code in there and it'll display in your home page. But I don't want that there. So there you have it, setting up your widgets. Next up, SEO. You see the big red bar here? Yeah, I know. I haven't set up my all-in-one SEO pack. With SEO, you have to think about what SEO for your site, wide aspect, and then for each individual page and post. So we'll go to under settings, all-in-one SEO. We'll skip the ads. Alright. Right now it's disabled. We'll enable that, and we'll change that title. Put in a meta description. Now here, your home title, you're going to, if you're going to optimize for a particular keyword for the home page, you want to get that keyword in there. Same with your home description. Again, up to 60 characters, up to 160 characters. Home keywords, if you have them, use them. You can put up to 1 to 3. Keywords aren't really counted now with Google, so I don't often bother putting keywords. I usually leave all of this stuff as is by default. Everything. I don't change really anything. Just keep it as simple as I can and update. Now I'm not going to update because I don't want this enabled, so I'm going to disable it. But you definitely, if you're going to go with SEO and what most people do, you want to enable, and then update. I already went through the SEO, so that's site-wide SEO with the all-in-one SEO plugin. And then again, for every page and post, you have this here. Again, title for the post with your keyword description. Make it enticing, both your titles and your descriptions, so people want to come into your website or your particular page or post, and you're all set. It's got a little character counter here as you type, so you know how many characters are there. That's SEO for site-wide. It's pretty simple stuff. Next up, let's create a gallery. If you want to create a gallery of images or of posts and all of that, you go into your pages. We'll create a page gallery. We'll call it gallery. I don't have this set up, so we'll leave a blank there because this is what we do. This is pretty cool with ElegantThemes. We select the gallery page. We want 4 posts to show on the gallery page. We want them from these 3 categories. And you could do SEO for your gallery page, and then we publish it. This is really cool. It pulls a lot of posts together on one page, and we'll view it. There we go. Show just 2 of them. It has this little thing there. Like I said, I'm just setting this up. Not sure why it just number of posts per page, select galleries. Oh, I clicked the wrong one. See, again, mistakes. Always good to see. Mistakes are made. There's always a reason it doesn't work. We'll view that page. There's our gallery. So you can see it pulls the images from those particular posts. So if you're a photographer or anybody who displays images or web designer and you have a bunch of images that you want to show from posts, you can display them all in a gallery, which is kind of cool. And that brings us directly into the post. Kind of a clever thing that you could do is if you have with an image, you could put text in images too. You don't have to leave them just as images. So you could put something like you'd maybe add a little bit of white space to this. Click here to read about my business or something like that, or you could certainly add text right on this side there, so that if you're going to create this gallery page, then the people will get a better sense of clicking into it. So that's how you create a gallery page. Next up, shortcodes. ElegantThemes is probably the theme developer that uses shortcodes the most extensively. Shortcodes is a way to add, in their case, a lot of pretty cool graphics and stuff into your posts and pages. So some of their shortcodes are situated right in our visual editor here. So we'll go here. We've got add an ET box, and you can just, we'll leave it as that, and then hit OK. Now, a shortcode means it has these square brackets around it, as you can see that. So this is right now a gallery page, but let's change this just to the default template, and then we'll update that so you'll see what happens when we use a shortcode. There we go. We got this cool content goes here, this nice stylish. So if you had a quote or a testimonial or something like that, you could add the ET box there. And if you notice, there are different types. You got the shadow, you've got the warning, download, bio, all different types of boxes, and you can experiment with them and see which ones you like to use. The other thing we've got is we've got some custom buttons that you could put. If you wanted to change your buttons, you could put the link in there, type small, big icon, change your color, the text within the button itself, and open in a new window, no, and we'll go OK. we'll take a look and see what that looks like. So these are really cool. This is a good way to make some nice graphics. Elegant Themes is all about the graphics. There we go, we got a nice button. And in a lot of instances, it's nicer than just putting click here text. You can use a button, and you can see it actually changes color there when the cursor goes over it. Other shortcodes, we have you can add a whole tabber section. Let's take a look at that. Top tabs, left tab, simple images. You can fade in, auto, yes or no. So this is like a slideshow essentially. You can add the slideshow anywhere. Tab text, content goes here, and then you can add another one. Now I'm not going to set this up because I don't have it configured. You can play around with it, but essentially it creates a nice slideshow that you can put in on any page or post. And author bio. We'll add that. You can put an image there if you want, resizing on. Content goes here. We'll hit OK. Update. So you can put your author bio at the end of a post. There we go. It's sort of overlapping there, but it's this box right here. I haven't formatted this, but that's essentially how you could set that out. So that's pretty nice. So as you can see, you get a lot of handy graphics. Now I'm going to show you, there's a lot of other shortcodes that I'm not going to go through every single one, but if you get Elegant Themes, you're going to have access to being able to use a lot of shortcodes. So let me pull up a list of the various things you can do with shortcodes with Elegant Themes. Here we are. We've got the buttons, we've got bigger buttons, content boxes. Cool, you can change them. You know, we had the vertical gray, but you can change those. We've got bio boxes. Toggled content. So you can up and down. Tab, this is the tabber. Changes like that. You got tabbers on the side. This is obviously, you know, you're going to want to have more. So if you wanted a bunch of a sort of a sub menu within a page, you could do a tabber like that. That's pretty cool. You can create a slideshow within, add your images. You can do that within a page or post. You can do an image slider within a page or post. Add your social media. You can use that with plugins as well. It's pretty simple. Author bio box, there's that box there. You can do different columns within a page or post. You can have nice bullet lists rather than just the dots. You can go with checks or X's. This is really cool. If you do any pricing tables, you can create these really cool pricing charts or tables here. Testimonial boxes. Drop caps, which is starting a paragraph with or an article with the nice drop cap, large letter. Quotes. That's about it. So you can really spruce up your blog using these shortcodes.